Hi everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Season 2, Episode 61 with me, Sid, and the observant amongst you will have noticed that in the chat I've just skipped the temporal storm. I slept through it. I need to redo my storm shelter to work with 1.19. 1.18 storm shelter, fine. 1.19, I don't think what I've done is going to work. So until I do that, I'm not even convinced that it's going to work in 1.1. The revised version will work. That's already gone stunted. Okay, that's great. I would have preferred you. I mean, fair enough. That's fine. It'll grow, but it's not going to. I think it's too early, basically. So I've got several jobs I need to do around the area. One is I actually need to do what the hell workout I need to do. Come on, English, John. I need to work out what I am actually going to build down here. So far I've just built a little place where I can come and escape during the winter. But I don't really have any solid design considerations. Now I do know that I need a bigger forge, for example, and consequently, you know, that's something I need to consider. It needs to be put in and grown, and you know, all of those good things. Not grow, built. Oh, good grief. Words today for me are not working. I think there's a small cat at my door again, because that would be about normal. So I definitely want a bigger forge, because the forge I have back at base up here is not that massive, and you know, it is very cold up here. That is the downside, but it is not raining, which is always a bonus. I mean, I do like the fact that weather is local and not localized and not in the thing. So more meteoric iron there, that's all good. A whole load of food there. I'm going to have to sort this cat out in a minute, but it's still really not weather up here for doing anything. And just going back to our forge, for example, we've got, you know, a relatively small, what is it, 246 by 246, 8, 10. Now I think I need something at least twice as big as this, maybe bigger. It's going to need space for windmills and all of those good things, with a bit of power, a little bit of powered automation. And I'm not entirely sure where's my flax. I've got a reasonable amount of linen, which is used to make. I don't think we haven't got the fancy sail mod, so we don't have to worry about that. So that's all good. I'm in two minds about whether to have the fancy sail mod, I'll be honest. But yeah, there's things to do, and we did get all of these mushrooms last time, which let me have a look in the guides. Expand compote, no compact. You see, I'd love to make some more. I think salad. You can add veggies, fried veggies. Place a cooking pot in the mixing bowl's lower slot to get it ready. Then mix together 2 portions of chopped veg or soya beans. You can add more veggies, boiled pickled eggs, cooked sausages, cooked meat. You can also add 0.1 litres before mixing it as a topping. Alright, does that mean I could do... I don't know what it is today, but every time some weird sounds going on in the streets outside, really bizarre. So cabbage, it would presumably be a chopped veggie. Let me just go back. That's place a cooking pot in the mixing bowl's lower slot. Chopped veg or soya beans. You can add more veggies. Fried veg. I haven't got the stuff to do fried. And throw in some dehydrated fruit or dehydrated fruit. Yeah. Those chicken eggs have gone off. That's fine. Do I not actually have some? I thought I had some dehydrated fruit down here. Do I not? Apparently I must have used it all. Okay. Oh, it might actually be next door. So we've got some chopped onion. We can probably chop up those. We'll take We'll take 4 cabbages with us. A little bit of carrot. I'm not going to go mad on this because I've not really played with any of this stuff yet. So let's go and try and make a salad just while we're up here, and then we're going to go and we're going to do a little bit of exploring south because I need to find some more building materials if I'm going to build down there. So we're going to place a cooking pot in a mixing bowl. So there's my mixing bowl. I need a cooking pot. And we're going to place you in the lower slot. Okay. Then we're going to add 2 portions of chopped vegetables or soya beans. So let's make 4 portions. Now I presume I chop you 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. We'll take salad made with chopped onions and chopped cabbage. Chuck in some chopped almond mushrooms, white berries. You know, I'm just really riffing here now. Chopped carrots. I don't think I've got any meat, have I? I mean, it's be relatively simple to do, but we'll just do 4 of those, just because we can. Or do I want to do, what did it say? Let me just come back to fish oil, soya sauce, food sauce, fruit syrup, vinegar or cottage cheese. Stick some cranberry syrup in. Let's mix. That should be 4 servings of that, which has got a whole load of veg and fruit and some health bonuses to it. So that's an interesting feature. Is fresh for 3 days. Of course we do need to carry a bowl with us to eat that. Now those have got a number of days of freshness. Let's go and stick them into the cellar and see how long they've got. I'm not faffing around doing a lot of cooking today. I just was curious as to what we got and how long we got. Boop 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 boop. Onion. Boop. Keep those about my person. No, oh, okay. Onion chopped there. Lovely. Now, if I were to stick you, you are fresh for 3 days. You're now fresh for 20 days. Okay, interesting. I mean, not greatly interesting, and I think we can cook the veg too, make them last longer and do all sorts of things. The cooking mod is just huge, and yeah, I'm not even going down that route. Let me have a look, see what I've got in my backpack before I decide to go for a run. I've got my return thingy. I'm going to take my money. The other thing I want to do is I want to make myself... Close my door. Let all the heat out. So there's my money. And I would like to make another return route. Maybe not actually. I'll do the return route some other time. I've got plenty of duration left on it, and I've got plenty of gears at the moment, so I'm not really worried. But what I would like to do is grab you and you. And we're going to take you, and let's go and explore a little in the south again. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Now, last time we went over this way, didn't find a huge amount. There is a ruin over there that we haven't explored. In fact, we could mark that up as like that, just to indicate that we can head over to it. I think what I'm going to do is try and get over to this desert. So we're going to use our dock, and we're going to go for a little boat trip this way. Hopefully this rain will clear before long, because not always the greatest to record when when the weather's persistently you thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Raining. But let's just, it's just a cow. If we head this way, we can get over to there, and that just means that if there is a wolf, not a pig, a wolf, and I know there's some wolves in the area, I've heard them, then we are at least a little bit better prepared for that eventuality. It's actually getting on quite late, so we might need to maybe I should, it's not that late, it's 4:30 in the afternoon, but we're not going to get a great deal of distance covered before we have to camp for the night. Is the weather clearing over here? Please let the weather clear over here. That would be ideal. So yeah, I think a big forge is maybe, as I say, maybe twice that size. Maybe I may even do a mezzanine floor on it or something like that. Might be something that we could consider. Gosh. Right, let's put those away, get myself ready for action. And that's a trader over there actually, I've just noticed it on the map, just down here. Oh, that's a nice wagon, I like that one. That may not be my screenshot, but I might be stealing some of that design, I think. You're a treasure hunter as well, okay. Well, you're selling gears, temporal gears, you only got the one. got nothing else I want significantly. And that's fine. Right, and now let's get out into the desert. At least you can see things coming at you in the desert. Not always much of a comfort, but you know, the ability to react to something is I think quite useful. But we do definitely need to sleep the night. It's not particularly cold down here though, so that's always nice. Yeah, I'm just going to change over to that. The spear flipping around in my vision there is actually quite annoying. That's a meteor strike. I think. I'm fairly certain, in fact, so we'll head down there. That could be a ruin or the start of one. I mean, there are other things. That could be a meteor strike, or it could also be a cave, but it's on the way, so we'll not worry too much. And right, well, I need to be somewhere. It's getting dark, which is not ideal, and we do need to bunk down for the night. Not that way, that way. So let's get ourselves to a point where we can see the land around us a little bit. Lovely flat desert. This is going to be great for finding stuff. Can't really see much now though. Alright, well, I'm going to, I think, hover around. What time is it now? 6:45. It's too early to sleep. But we can prepare to sleep for the night. And I'll see you in the morning. Okay, it's the morning. And I want to point something out on the map, look. Just down from there. So we are heading that direction. Now, I realise that traditionally that is something that I would go, oh, that could be a bit tricky. And this might still be something that I might go, oh, that could be a bit tricky. But I'm going to have a good look at that, because that looks like a sizable ruin. And I like a sizable ruin. Let's not collapse the desert under us. But yeah, that is definitely interesting. Don't know whether anything else interesting is kind of creeping up on the map. See that? I think that could be another meteor strike. But that's quite a sizable ruin. That's potentially going to have some bad guys in it as well. That's the only downside. Copper. Let's not waste the opportunity to mark copper. Deserts are great for finding surface deposits of metal. So when you spot them, you might as well mark them. That is a big one. Most definitely a large boy. It's almost certainly going to have locust nests in it. That much we can guarantee. But tell you what it has got. Absolute metric crap ton of building materials. Now I would say, yeah, there you go. It may not be a massive meteor, but it'll Oh, wrong. Yeah, I can't do it with that. What's that? There's something over there. Alright, I'm going to have to... let's not get distracted. But it's glowing. And I like things that glow. Things that glow are fun. Well, potentially fun. However, right now we've got a bit of meteoric iron to pick up, so I could grab the Suvite stone. You don't find it very... I think it's Suvite. Suvite impact rock, yeah. I'm just not sure whether it's worth it or not. These little meteor craters, they don't tend to have a lot in them. This is actually bigger than most of the ones I've ever found already, so... Wow, he is a big boy as well, isn't it? Oh, shouldn't complain. There's all more meteoric iron for me to process. Should really have probably set another batch going, to be honest. This is probably about it. As I say, I've never really found a massive one. This is up. Oh. This is just trying to prove me to be a liar, isn't it? It's like, yeah, no, you're not going to be it. I'm going to... Oh, look at that. There's even more. Probably need to stand away from this because I'm probably going to get a sandfall. Yep. And it still didn't help. Wow, there's actually even more up there. Hang on. Let's take this from this angle. Yep, there's... and more. This was a biggie. This was an extinction level event. Probably. I think the biggest I found prior to this has maybe only been 2 or 3 blocks at the outside. So that was this has been a surprisingly rich meteor already. Any more for any more. I mean, I shouldn't be greedy, but you know, it's not like... Stop dropping things on yourself. Oh, this is getting silly now. I think this is probably it. Okay. Let's stick you away. Let's put the 41 of that lot away. Actually, we can stick those away while we're at it. We'll pick you back up. And we'll... I don't know, we'll just get rid of... I don't want all of this. Right, we are going to come back to that ruin. In fact, we're going to mark it on the map, just to say that it's not been done yet. Obviously it's not been done, but this I want to see what this is. Ooh, it's interesting. Oh, hang on, let's delete that one as well. Can I? You need a little meteor icon, don't you? Yeah. I'll mark it like that. While we're heading this direction, that's bizarre. I want to see what that is, but there is this telltale sign over here, and then we'll head over that way, and then we'll go back to that. But I'm probably going to find something more interesting on the map again, because yeah, that's how this works. This one looks less likely to be a meteor impact, but I mean, it's a nice, yeah, it is, you think. You just got to keep your eye out on deserts. Really are. Oh wow, there's loads again. The places to try and spot this kind of stuff. Take your woad actually as well. While we're here. Right, I need to get rid of you. I'm just going to dig this meteor and I'll be back in a second. Alright, let's go find out what this is. Because it looks interesting. There are not so much over here, but down here, look, 1, 2, 3 potentially more interesting meteor spots. I've got over 64 meteoric iron from this little excursion though, and considering this was not really what I came out looking for, I was really looking for ruins. What is this? I'm not going to suggest that that may have an inappropriate look to it. Sorry, once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. What is this? Look at this skeleton. Can we be repaired? I want glue. I need glue. How do you make glue? You make glue. Made from resin and powdered charcoal. Put 2 ingredients in a cooking pot. Fill every slot in the pot and heat it up to make this sticky substance. It will leave a cooking pot in a dirty state. Glue must be used in a few hours, otherwise I want that corpse. I want that corpse. That is made by grinding charcoal. Okay, but this. Is there anything underneath this? Can I get that? I have so many questions. Oh, hello. There's something going on down here. A steel chisel. Oh, look at that. And they've got these. Oh, right. This is some Jonas parts. And another little owl chest. Nice. This needs harvesting. Not so sure about the. Oh, hello. Not so sure about the bit at the top sides, but these side bits Only problem is they're going to take up a lot of slots. But yeah, I've got to grab this. I do want that skeleton, I really do. It's a shame you just can't use pitch on it. That would seem somewhat sensible. This is a really nice ruin. Hats off to the chisel crew. They are really up in their game. Yep. Need that. I want it. I also want this, so that's coming with us. May have to read and this. All mine. Right, I'm going to put a map on here. I'm going to just stick a marker on in green, and I'll say skeleton glue, and I'll put a little treasure pot thing on it. There we go. Right, now what we need to do, I think, is get back my... Do I want these? I kind of do. They're actually really nice. Are they chiseled on all? Yes, they are. I'm not worried too much about the liney ones, but these, I kind of want them. I mean, let's be honest, I only need to carry one because it's just andesite and a chisel block. So have I got any of these ones? Don't have anything really going for them, do they? They're just the blocks that had. Yeah, let's leave that behind. Okay, I'm just going to harvest these, and then we're going to head back to that big ruin. I think these little ruins are interesting. They got lots of little fun items to them, but the biggie is where we need to go. We need material, and yes, I can make material, of course, that's always an option, but why make it when you can borrow it? Just seems like a complete, and I'm aware there's probably some of these blocks underneath as well, but we'll not be greedy. We'll just take what we can pick up. Okay, back in a bit. Alright, we're definitely in warmer climate because we're starting to see gazelles, and these, if I can... no, not easily anyway. And of course these, which gives me little termites which we can eat. I can cook them as well. I'm going to assume therefore that I'm also in danger of bumping into hyenas, because I think this is their territory. Once you get into termites, there's a pretty good chance of a laughing dog as well, and I know they're not dogs before anybody says. But that lot is all gazelles. Rabbits. So let's just have a quick peek at these 3 holes, just because you're wrong when you're not while you're out here. I'm not averse to the idea of spending. That's not a meteor crater, that is a cave. No obvious I think that this one might be a cave as well, to be honest. Oh yeah, that's definitely. Oh yeah, that's a deep hole. And then that one is almost certainly a cave. See, you can't rely on that. It's not always going to just go, oh, here's a shape on a map. Things that one of the reasons why I've gone back to coloured map rather than the sepia tone is I actually like the ability to have a look at the map and kind of see things happening. That is a ruin there, for example. I know that's a ruin, so we'll mark you as a ruin. However, that is also a ruin. So from where I am, there's a ruin on the way back to the ruin. There's more things on the map that could be meteor craters, but they could also not be meteor craters. From here, I am tempted to actually head down for that one first before we head to the big one. The big one I know is going to be problematic. It's going to be trouble. Guarantee you. And therefore it may be something that I want to try and do at a time more conducive to myself, and survival, and you know, all the other good things we come to associate with not dying. That could have been nasty. Let's not walk around on that stand. That looks like it's a very bright star. See, that is a smallish, well, I say smallish, medium ruin. Needs to get to about 8 or 9 o'clock at night before I sleep. That's the target. There's a whole load of bushes over here. Let's just have a look at these while we're over here. They might be scavengeable. See, that one was. The rest just go in my inventory. It's got lots of space at the moment, so let's take advantage of it. Anyway, well, I'm going to just forage around for a bit. We'll sleep the night away and we'll see what the scared me off to death there, Mr. Cow. I was Mr. Let's not piss them off. Let's go over there. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, next morning. I tried to camp up there, but I got a whole load of drifters ambushed me, so, well, a whole lot, 2. And one of which didn't actually even get to me before I managed to hide and sleep the night away. But this is our little ruin. It's andesite. It is heavily chiseled. I don't think this is going to be a ruin we can harvest much from in terms of blocks. Tool, vessel. I think we're really just looking at a quick loot and grab. See, that might drop. And the dry stone. I'm not sure whether I'm that bothered though. Grab the food, just because it'd be wrong not to. Oh, that's a hand. Have a look at the farming vessel, see what you've got, because you've probably got some kind of makes you want to excavate it, but I know it's not going to be it's not actually going to be like a full-on hand. Now there is something going on out there as well in the water. There's a little bit of this stuff going on around here. Don't think there's much more than that though. Question mark about whether there's anything underneath these, but how much effort I want to spend digging them up I don't really know. It's difficult, isn't it? Difficult decisions. This is probably going to be a copper axe. Flint axe, not so useful, but you know. And what did we have over here? Oat or note? I mean, it's kind of suggestive that there might be something further down. But then there's a forage, more forage. Now if I wanted to get all of these, then I suppose we could, because there does seem to be quite a lot of harvestable resources here. Do I really want to work in andesite? I mean, that's a big question, isn't it? Is andesite our chosen building material? Don't know, is the answer. That's definitely not harvestable though. And this is probably about as low as this goes. But then you have to ask the question, how many of the other buildings have got these little bits underneath them? I'm gonna harvest this. There's no rush to get onto that big ruin. I am going to do that big ruin, and I'm going to do it sooner rather than later, because I have been kind of welching out of these, and we are, I won't say we're more than capable of taking them on, but we're capable of taking them on. But let me grab myself some building mats from here, because these are going to be useful regardless. So yeah, I'm going to pillage this ruin thoroughly, make sure we get all of the bits that are gettable, and I'll be back in a mo. Well, these are definitely worthwhile digging into, because there's definitely stuff down here. I mean, you can get with the glue, I can get these bookshelves now. We can't do that in 1.18. An interesting, if you know, odd mechanic. Didn't get you. Oh yeah, you need to glue them, don't you? That's a tool vessel though. What do you have? Flint knife. There's very rarely anything any good in those, I'll be honest. But still, digging down in these is quite entertaining. Get out of the way. You never know what you're quite going to find down here, so and it kind of gives you clues as well. So this area here, for example, was all blocks, and that's actually, it's poor copper. Is it worth the effort? I'm here, I'm digging, might as well. I can always throw it away. Yeah, and I want to kind of wear out these rubbish tools I've got as well. So move on to the good tools. So we can move on to the meteoric iron tools. And all of that will be really handy. So yeah, all good. Anyway, I'm going to continue on. I'll come back if I find anything interesting. Alright, that is that. I think I have looted that about as much as is humanly possible. I don't think there's much. There is that. That I can't overlook that. I've got to go while we're here. We've got to go and have a look what that is. But this I've stripped for a lot of cobblestone. I haven't got it all. There's a limit, realistically, to how interesting digging things up is. Sunflowers, we'll see if we can get a few seeds off of them. Because, you know, we are, after all, in that kind of climate area, so it'd be useful to go and let's have a look at this one, and then we're going to start making our way back. We are getting pretty full, actually, although, you know, we're pretty full for the most part with cobblestone. But on the flip side, that was kind of what I wanted. So this looks... Wow, that is glitchy. Okay, let me stand on top of this. Well, what have we got? So this looks a bit like one of those ruins that would sometimes have would kind of sweep upwards like that. Oh, that's a nice lip on the edge of that thing. Don't feel there's going to be a huge amount here. There's an ore vessel, which will give me something. Don't know what the hell that was. Coal. Okay. And there's a forage vessel, which is healing poultices, which is better than a kick in the face. Now these, on some of the other ones, would have further steps going down. There you go, and you would find additional vessels. So we probably need to just make sure we're not missing anything. I've never seen one of these that was empty, hollow, I should say. But there's a lot of space down here, and I suppose the question is how desperate do I want to search it for hidden meaning. We're not finding any. Get me out. I don't think we will, in all honesty. I think you might find a few vessels stashed around if we have a hunt, but I don't think you're going to find a lot of anything. I think this is probably more trouble than it's worth. So we will mark you as searched. Not seeing anything further. That is probably a trader. I think we need to head back towards that. So yeah, let's do that. Back in a moment. Alright, so as we walk along here, there's this water, and it was just full of fish. They're all obviously flopping around and dying. So it would seem wrong. Do not take advantage of that. We can cook that up later. I'll need some timber though to cook that. In fact, let's go. Oh, there's our little ruin there. There's some trees. The nearest trees are probably that one with any significant wood on them, but we'll come back to that pillar in a moment. That little ruin. I just need some food, some cooking stuff. So I don't think it gave me. I've got coal, but yeah, I'm not wasting coal on cooking food. Not when there is better usages for it. A bit of protein wouldn't go amiss. And it still pushes open stuff down. I don't think that's anything. Stuff into the, more southerly climes for us. So let's get this pine down. We'll get this. That will be enough. In fact, we'll just convert you all over into firewood. And we're good to go. Right, let's head down to this little ruin. And that's fire clay. I've already marked some blue clay on this. This has actually been a really useful trip out because I've found resources. I've found places where could go and get those. I mean, yeah. God. Well, come on. Let's run over there. I've got plenty of food. I want to mark this fire clay as well, but I would like to grab as many of these seeds so when I get back I can plant more sunflower seeds, because they are a useful crop. You can use them to make candy for one, and gozanaki and things like that. That's really not much use for anything though. And I have been collecting woad, but to be honest, if I collect all the woad, I'll never do anything. So let me just come here and mark on here fire clay. I've got fire clay and I've got blue clay there, which is again handy to know where it is in relation to the southern base here. But let's come over to this small ruin. We'll better let me just stick all of that in. Anything else to cook while I'm actually here? I mean, there's an excessive amount of things for the cookage, but I also do need. Have I got? That's a good question. It is a very good question. And where's my axe gone there? Yeah, I have got a torch, so that's all good. I've kind of learned a lot of these lessons the hard way, but it doesn't mean to say that I can't still manage to cock up on a regular basis. Right, let me throw you. Let me eat some of this. I need to eat this salad before it goes off as well. I mean, you've got 29 days. You've got 29 days. That's actually spoiling. Oh, good grief. Might as well eat that then. I mean, I'm not worried about it, but I mean, I made it, it's there, but right. This is going to be very similar to that other ruin, so we'll quickly check this out, work out where where the loot is, which is probably, there's a good chance of it. Well, I mean, let's be honest, the blocks themselves can be loot, but that doesn't feel like where the loot is. So I'm just going to continue excavating for a while, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, we're pretty well done here. There wasn't a huge amount. My inventory is a pigsty though, so I think this is going to have to wait until we've returned home and done something about it. Oh, hello, let's have that without my neck. That's still going. So salad is definitely a way to go in terms of foods for nutrition and the likes. There's a load of let me just take a detour for these sunflowers. We'll go and have a look at this ruin, but I'm not going to get invested too heavily in it. May get a screenshot as a teaser for next time. But if we can get more of these, that gives us something to plant back at the base, and that's all good. There's quite a few about as well, so I don't really need to do the forage around here that much because we're currently rotting food in our inventory, so it would seem kind of silly to forage that when I can leave it on the bush and get it later. Similar over there, you know. But I'm not sure what, if anything, is going to be in this cathedral room. Okay, you know, I would say it's a castle or a cloister would be my kind of guess, looking at the architecture of it anyway. The shape of it is suggestive of a castle, for definite. If you just look at it on the map, look, it's, you know, got these little turrety shapes. Got these healing poultices which might come in handy. They're only little ones, but at least we can have a look at this. But I'm fairly certain that in there's going to be at least a few locusts. Oh, you get, yeah, okay. That's something I don't want to have to cope with anytime soon. There we go, got a ruin shop. It's not the ruin we're going into, but you've got a saw blade in there. Locust up there, look, just appeared, so that means there's some locust nests in there somewhere. But there's a lot of building materials here. I mean, to be honest, if there is, I've seen some pictures of some of the ruins, and there are ruins that if I found them, I'd probably sit there and ditch whatever I was doing and go, let's rebuild this. This is not one of them, has to be said. But there are some very impressive looking ruins around. Yeah, alright. Damn you. Yeah, that's, again, it's doable. Apart from that saw blade is more than a little worrying. I may even pack extra spears for that. And I don't know how much actual loot's going to be in there, because it really does look like not the greatest. Right, let's not beat around the bush. We're not stopping out here right now. I don't have a spare rune. I'm beginning now regretting that. I could have actually stuck down my spare beacon and paired another runestone with it, and that would have been a really clever move. As it happens, I didn't, so the best I can manage is to warp back, and then we'll have to travel back over here. But it's not a bazillion, gazillion, trillion miles, so maybe next episode. Maybe really that needs to come somewhere else as well, just because it's a bit of a pain with it dropping me on top of the thing. Right, let's put that away. Let's get you going. The temperature range on those is -5 to 40, so we could actually try and plant this over round about over here somewhere and get some pumpkins going. I haven't planted pumpkins in an age. However, I have got amaranth. I've got that's amaranth, soya beans. It's those that we have extra the spares of, so we'll pop those in and then let those do their thing. Need more garden space. Need everything. Anyway, I think on that note, I mean, we came away with some interesting stuff. We have mainly building materials, a little bit of copper, some feathers, stuff like that, some more flax twine. Some of this stuff always useful, especially if you're wanting to. I mean, let's just straight away whack one of these down, because it'll give me a little bit more stuff. It'll give us a little bit more storage, because we haven't got a vast amount down here, although we can put as much of this in as we can humanly get in there. That can go in as well. A bit of that can go in. What about you? You're pretty full, aren't you? You're andesite stone. Oh, actually, yeah. Hang on. You're high fertility soil, which is not something I have a lot of. Yeah, so, I mean, in terms of loots and the likes, not a bad haul. You know, we came away with a lot of stuff we can use. And you can't really ask for much more than that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that we'll probably never use, but that steel chisel and that ruin is great. I definitely want to get into this glue malarkey though, and yeah, we need to decide where we're going to put the suggestive beacon, because that really needs to be up further somewhere else, doesn't it? Anyway, on that note, let's call this an episode, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.